Hi, I'm Mak Lambert. I go to Rouse High School and I'm a senior. I'm here with the United States Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona. Welcome and thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here with you.
Of
Thanks
course.
for having me.
So, as a student journalist, I've covered a lot of contentious school board meetings. Why has public education become so politicized?
I want to make sure that our schools are better than they were before. So using these board meetings to elevate student voice is really important. But to answer your question, I think people are frustrated. These last 2 years have impacted all of us across the country. And whether it's school board meetings or what we saw at airlines, emotions have erupted at our public meetings or in our airports or in our airplanes. So I think as a country, we have to work really hard to make sure that we're uniting folks and that we're listening to folks, even those who don't have the same opinions as us, right? I think it's really important, especially in our education space, that we're listening to everyone, giving everyone an opportunity to speak, because people have a lot pent up inside that they want to say.
So, recently, Texas had just passed a couple regulations regarding trans students. So what steps are being made to kind of combat those regulations?
You know, many of our trans students have suffered a lot because they didn't have that safety net of schools and community that they needed to thrive. And what we need to do is make sure that when they're in our schools that we're supporting them more. And at the Department of Education, we're going to stand 100% behind our students, all students, and we're going to try to promote inclusive environments. We're not going to try, we're going to demand it. And if we have to involve our Office of Civil Rights to enforce it, we will.
So at my school, we have monthly lockdown drills. Gun violence and school shootings are a top of mind for a lot of students, including myself. What can you share about the department's ideas to address personal safety and the mental health challenges that students face when gun violence does affect them?
When I was a school principal, the Sandy Hook massacre happened, and it was about 40 minutes away from the school where I was a principal. That really changed how I think about safety and making sure that our schools, our students, and our parents have support when they need it, especially around gun violence or school violence. As we're reopening our schools, we have to double down on the mental health support access that our students have. It has to be embedded better in our schools, particularly our high schools where students need a place to vent or to talk to healthcare professionals that can help them understand things or deal with the trauma that they're experiencing. I also think we need to do a better job with gun laws. Guns are too accessible to people that shouldn't have them. So it's more than thinking and praying, it's really doing something about it. But making sure that our schools are receptive to the needs and the trauma that exists in our communities where our schools are. We have to be connected to them, and we have to make sure that our schools are hubs of support for our students, but also for our families.
So is there anything else you would like to share with our students today?
Well, I just think in general, this is an opportunity for students across the country to be heard. I always say students have voice, and throughout my career, some of the best experiences I had as an educator and as a school and district leader were when we allowed students to have more say in how things get done. You see so much growth in students, but in the school, I would love for our students across the country to take this as an opportunity to elevate their voice so that their voices help shape what schools look like moving forward. Our schools were disrupted, and how we put it back together has to be better than it was 2 years ago. Students have a big role in that, and I want to hear our students. I want students to assert themselves, because the better we listen, the better we serve.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you
Yeah,
too.
thank you.
Thank you.